Today, I'm going to add one amazing superstar using every NFL team. The goal is to build a roster to compete for a Super Bowl in just one season, but we have to fill out the entire roster using this wheel of overall. This means we simply can't just pick every team's highest rated player, which will make winning a Super Bowl that much more difficult. Spinning the wheel for the first time, and it's a good one. You can select any player that's a 90 or 91 rated. And there are some really great choices from the NFL's top 100 list like Terry McLaurin, Derwin James, and even Mike Evans. All three players are within 90 to 91 overall, but I decided to add Derwin James to our defense since he is one of my favorite players in the NFL, and I think he'll be able to help us lift that Lombardi trophy. Now that we added our first player to our team, we can no longer add another player from the Chargers roster. To add another twist to this video, the two highest rated teams in Madden 25 are the Niners and the Chiefs at a 92 overall. If we fail to build a team that's at least a 92 or higher, I will buy an Eagles jersey and wear it in an upcoming video. I'm a huge Cowboys fan, so I seriously do not want to be wearing a division rival's jersey. Let's give the wheel a spin and hope we continue to land on high overalls. But it looks like we're going to have to go with an 82 to an 83 overall. There is one player that comes to mind that made the NFL's top 100 list, and that's Zaire Franklin from the Colts. And I think we should definitely add him to our team to play middle linebacker. Really hoping for a big spin here because adding a superstar quarterback would elevate our chances greatly. And the wheel lands on 88 to 89. But the only quarterback we could go with is Tua, and I'm not really sure he's the guy to take us to a Super Bowl. So I'm going to pass on Tua and bring in 88 overall, Aiden Hutchinson to be our starting defensive end. And he is actually number 47 on the NFL's top 100 list. But I'm hoping I didn't make a mistake passing up on Tua. So far we've used the Chargers, Colts, and the Lions, so I won't be able to use any other players from their roster, which is going to throw a wrench in some of our plans moving forward. After spinning the wheel a fourth time, it ended up landing on 84 to 85. Plenty of choices here, but the one that stood out the most was Puka Nacua from the Rams, who did make the top 100 list, and he'll be the first offensive player on our team. But the wheel is going to land on 86 to 87 overall. Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy are the two quarterback options we can go with, but I think I want to see if we can add Mahomes or Lamar instead, so I'm going with another top 100 player in Tariq Woolen to lead the cornerback room. Keeping this moving, can we please get a good overall here? And we do! It's 96 to 97 overall. So many players to choose from in the top 100 like Jalen Ramsey, CeeDee Lamb, Nick Bosa, and many others. This might be our toughest decision yet, but I'm going with number 8 on the top 100 list, TJ Watt, and he will join Jair Franklin at outside linebacker. The next two wheel spins were not ideal, landing on 75 to 79 and then 86 to 87 right after. There was a bunch of options for players 75 to 79 rated, but the one that stood out the most to me was Marvin Harrison Jr., and he will join Puka Nacua as wide receiver number 2 for now. And as for 86 to 87 overall, I thought it'd be best to add Quinn Miners as our right guard. Even though that completely erases our chances at bringing in Patrick Surtain later on, building our O-line will be massive for a Super Bowl run. And with that, we have used 8 different NFL teams so far and have a pretty solid roster to start. Spinning the wheel once again, it ends up landing on 94 to 95 overall. But unfortunately, no quarterback is rated 94 or 95 in Madden 25, so I narrowed the remaining choices down to Roquan Smith, AJ Brown, and Antoine Winfield Jr. Can't go wrong with any of these choices, but I think adding Antoine Winfield Jr. is the best choice, especially since he's Tampa Bay's best player on their roster. Continuing on, the next player we add to our team has to be either 90 or 91 rated. I can go with Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott or David Njoku. Even as a Cowboys fan, I'm going to pass on Dak and bring in Njoku to be our starting tight end. On the very next spin, we got hit with another tough one, having to pick another 75 to 79 overall player. So I wanted to add some depth to our cornerback room, and I found Eric Stokes from the Packers, who has 95 speed, and he will be CB2 for now. Luckily, on our very next spin, it landed on 86 to 87, and I had a tough choice to make here. Fulton Miller or Eric McCoy. I think going with Eric McCoy is the best move in case we can add Adams or Crosby from the Raiders later on, but at least we have a center on our roster now. Let's keep this going, and the next spin just barely misses 98 to 99 and lands on 90 to 91 instead. And after checking from the remaining teams on the list, it's time to add a running back. Joe Mixon or Travis Etienne. And even though Mixon is a higher overall, Etienne has 93 speed, which is enticing. Yeah, you know what? Let's add him to our team. Spinning the wheel twice, and it ended up landing on 0 to 74 and then 84 to 85 right after. So I went ahead and used it on a punter, bringing in Tress Way from the Commanders. And as for a player between 84 and 85, I could bring in Dion Dawkins, who comes in at number 96 on the NFL's top 100 list, or number 82 in Montez Sweat. With this pick, I think I want to go ahead and add Montez Sweat to our defense. Continuing on, the next player we add to our team has to be rated 80 or 81. So let's go ahead and add Ikem Ekwonu from the Panthers, who will be our left tackle. And just like that, we have knocked out half the NFL teams, and I'm pretty happy with how the team is looking so far. With David Njoku and Travis Etienne as our best players on offense, absolutely stacked defense. Let's just hope we can add a good quarterback very soon here before all the teams are used. And right into spin number 17, the wheel lands on 88 to 89 overall. Either Christian Wilkins or Tyler Smith. We desperately need a defensive tackle, so let's go ahead and add Christian Wilkins to the team, knocking out the Raiders. On the next spin, it ends up landing on 82 to 83 once again. It's getting way too close to the very end, so I'm bringing in superstar quarterback CJ Stroud, who came in at number 20 on the NFL's top 100 list. And if we're being completely honest, I think he should be rated way higher in Madden. But at least we have our QB1. But either way, let's spin this wheel, and it's not going to be 98 to 99, but it does land on 94 to 95, which is great for us. Out of the remaining teams we have not used, there are a few options like Chris Lindstrom, Quinn Williams, Mark Andrews, Roquan Smith, and Dexter Lawrence. But I can't pass up on the second highest rated middle linebacker in Roquan Smith, and he'll join our amazing defense. Unfortunately for us, the next two wheel spins landed on 0 to 74 and then 82 to 83 right after. After looking at our remaining positions of need, I went ahead and added Matthew Bergeron at left guard and then Logan Wilson to play right outside linebacker. And after giving the wheel another spin, it continues to not go our way, landing on 75 to 79 rated. Christian Barmore from the Patriots is surprisingly a 79 overall, and he'll be a great depth piece on our team. And just like that, we are down to the final 10 teams. After giving the wheel another spin, we have to use a player that's an 86 or 87 rated. You can go with another running back like Tony Pollard or Isaiah Pacheco. I'm thinking we go with Isaiah Pacheco because he would be a great second option behind Travis Etienne. I'm hoping we can at least add 199 overall to our team, but it's not going to be on this spin as we get 90 to 91 again. The only options are Dak Prescott, Marcus Lawrence, Brandon Ayuk, or CJ Mosley. I think it's best to add Brandon Ayuk to our receiver room, and he'll be wide receiver number 1. And the wheel lands on 82 to 83 rated. And with that, I found our new right tackle in Morgan Moses from the Jets. And after spinning the wheel twice, it ended up landing on 92 to 93 on the first spin, and then followed that up with an 80 to 81. These two were fairly easy choices, adding L'Jarius Sneed to our cornerback room, and also bringing in Daquan Jones to be defensive tackle 2 behind Christian Wilkins, knocking off the Titans and the Bills with those two selections. I honestly can't be upset with how the wheel is treating us, and it's about to get even better. Yes, 98 to 99 jackpot. Do we go speed and bring in Tyreek Hill? How about arguably the best receiver in the NFL in Justin Jefferson? Or maybe we make our defense even better by bringing in Micah Parsons. And this might surprise you, but I'm bringing in Justin Jefferson to be wide receiver number 1. So let me know in the comment section who you think is a better receiver, Justin Jefferson or Tyreek Hill. The next wheel spin ended up landing on 88 to 89, and there was really only one choice, adding Trayvon Diggs from the Cowboys to give our quarterback room even more depth. And right into the next wheel spin, it ends up landing on 0 to 74, which is not going to help much. At least we can add Durham Smith to back up David Njoku, knocking off the Dolphins with that selection. The last two teams we can use players from are the Eagles and the Giants, so let's spin the wheel twice, landing on 82 to 83 and then 75 to 79. No brainer here, adding Jalen Carter from the Eagles at defensive tackle and then Graham Gano to be our kicker. And just like that, we have officially used one player from every NFL team, and it'll be CJ Stroud leading the offense with superstars like TJ Watt holding it down on defense. The question is, were we able to build the best team in the NFL? Yes, we were able to build a 92 rated team. Now, this team needs to win a Super Bowl or else I'll be stuck buying and wearing an Eagles jersey in a future video. Please don't let me down. The first game of the season was against the Jags, who are without Travis Etienne since we have him on our team. And Stroud was slinging it early to Puka Nacua for a huge gain. The drive ended with CJ Stroud throwing a ball up to Brandon Ayuk, who makes an incredible catch and walks into the end zone for 6. Jacksonville's offense was finally gaining some traction getting down the field, but in the red zone, Trevor Lawrence threw an interception to Zaire Franklin. With a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, CJ Stroud launches it downfield and Puka Nacua is wide open for a touchdown. And just like that, we go on to win our first game of the season with CJ Stroud throwing for 357 yards and 2 touchdowns. And after simming the rest of the season, we ended up finishing with a 15-2 record. But luckily, it was still good enough to have the best record in the AFC. We now take on the 12-5 Cincinnati Bengals led by Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. And they really came out to play early with Burrow throwing a perfect ball to Chase, who casually jogs into the end zone to take the early lead. The CJ Stroud answers back almost immediately with this deep pass down the field where Brandon Ayuk manages to get some leverage and makes the catch to tie this one up. Unfortunately, our defense could not stop the Bengals offense and they score once again. After jumping ahead to the second half, we find ourselves trailing by 4 points, and I really don't want to buy an Eagles jersey. Luckily, CJ Stroud was able to find Justin Jefferson for a big gain, and then in the red zone, CJ Stroud throws a perfect pass to Justin Jefferson, who just barely keeps his feet in bounds to take the lead. After getting a defensive stop, we were able to extend the lead with an 80-yard touchdown from Brandon Ayuk. As the game is ticking down, Burrow continued to make some nice passes, getting his offense all the way down the field. Joe Burrow then throws the ball over the middle to Kadarius Toney, catches it in stride, but then takes a huge hit from Derwin James, forcing a fumble, and we recover it. That was enough to win the divisional game against the Bengals. Next up is the 14-3 Baltimore Ravens, and they came out swinging, getting down the field, and then Derrick Henry forces his way into the end zone for the first score. We found ourselves trailing in the second quarter, and CJ Stroud was making some nice reads, getting his offense down the field. On third down, Stroud steps back in the pocket and finds a wide open Justin Jefferson, who easily scores, giving us the lead. Somehow, Derrick Henry dropped a wide open pass on third down. The Ravens had to settle for a field goal, making this a 7-point game. After failing to extend the lead on our next possession, Lamar throws a great pass to Bateman, picking up the first down. A few plays later, Lamar fakes the handoff and keeps it for himself to score a touchdown. And after kicking the extra point, this game is all tied up. Just need to get into field goal range. Stroud has time and finds Ayuk over the middle. A couple of plays later, we are almost in field goal range, and for some reason, CJ Stroud launches it downfield, and Jefferson makes an incredible catch. It all comes down to this field goal attempt. The kick is up, and it's good. We went on to defeat a really good Ravens team and are now heading to the Super Bowl. CJ Stroud finished 6th in MVP voting, which is actually really good. But we now take on Dak Prescott and the Cowboys for the Super Bowl. On the Cowboys' opening possession, Zeke went back in time and was running all over our defense. Dak was then able to cap the drive with a 5-yard touchdown pass to CeeDee Lamb. Let's see if CJ Stroud can tie this game for us. A few really nice reads early on, and in the red zone, he keeps it for himself and dives into the end zone to tie this one up. Skipping ahead to the fourth, we trail by just 4 points. There is no way we're going to lose to the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, right? And CJ Stroud throws a streak to Puka Nacua, who is wide open and takes it the rest of the way for a touchdown, and we now have a 3-point lead. After CeeDee Lamb dropped the first down catch, got the ball back and can extend our lead. On first down, CJ Stroud immediately finds Justin Jefferson for a huge gain. A couple plays later, Stroud goes right back to his main receiver in Justin Jefferson, who easily scores a touchdown, giving us a 10-point lead with just 4 minutes to go. Even though Dak and the Cowboys were easily able to move down the field, Dak throws another costly interception, this time to L'Jarius Sneed. And that was enough to defeat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Our choices throughout this video had me a little worried, but CJ Stroud led us to this win, and I don't have to buy and wear an Eagles jersey. If you enjoyed this video, click on this one right over here. It was a banger. I know you'll enjoy it.